The Economic and Social Council, or ECOSOC for short, is an organ of the United Nations established to advance the economic and social well-being of all people, as well as promote human rights and fundamental freedom through international cooperation. Currently, ECOSOC is having their annual substantive session in UN's New York headquarters, and on July 19th, Tzu Chi was granted a special consultative status with the UN body. Thus qualified, Tzu Chi will be able to attend all of UN's future conferences, to participate in discussions and make proposals. The NGO is also required to provide regular progress reports to ECOSOC. This recognition by ECOSOC definitely marks a milestone in Tzu Chi's international charity involvement.
19th of July 2010 is not only an important day in Tzu Chi's history, it is also a milestone of the Dharma's recognition by the international community.
I feel very calm because we have worked for so long. The next step is just to listen what others think and see whether they'll recognize or disagree.
For 2.5 years, Tzu Chi's United Nations team experienced numerous setbacks and challenges. Their hard work was finally rewarded on the 27th of January this year, when Tzu Chi was nominated as a member of the United Nations Economic and Social Council. Today, 6 months on, the Economic and Social Council is holding their annual session in New York's United Nations headquarters, where the Buddha Tzu Chi Foundation was awarded special consultative status among the NGOs.
I'm very happy for all the Tzu Chi volunteers, but at the same time, I also feel that this is adding further responsibility for Master Zheng Yan. We still have a long way to go. I hope that through this platform, we are able to extend the Master's mission and responsibility to spread the great love around the globe.
No matter how difficult it has been, Tzu Chi volunteers have never given up, with 44 years of history to back them up. This formal recognition by the United Nations has taken the NGO to an even more illustrious status.
Beginning in 1991, the Tzu Chi Foundation started its international relief work and has been constant and active ever since. To date, the NGO has delivered aid to more than 70 countries across the 5 continents. In our next segment, we revisit some of the major natural disasters Tzu Chi has been involved in and take a look at the diverse methods and results of Tzu Chi's emergency and long-term relief work. On December 26, 2004, a catastrophic tsunami engulfed the coastlines of many Southeast Asian countries, claiming more than 220,000 lives. 50 hours after the disaster, Tzu Chi was already at work in the affected countries. 9 months later, housing projects were already completed for some of the tsunami survivors. In 2002, days of heavy rain in Indonesia's Jakarta caused the worst flooding of the Angke River in 20 years. Tzu Chi volunteers took it as an opportunity to begin a thorough river cleanup and built a DaAi village in Tengkeren for displaced Angke residents, where volunteers actively promoted the concept of a litter-free life. Tzu Chi has also extended its humanitarian work to China's drought-stricken Gansu province, which has less than 200 millimeters of rainfall a year. Since 1998, Tzu Chi's poverty alleviation program in Gansu has helped build over 10,000 water cellars for the impoverished families in the remote regions. Taiwan and the Philippines both suffered severe damages from typhoons and flooding in 2009. On August 8th, Typhoon Morakot wreaked havoc in Taiwan, displacing many families. Tzu Chi built the Shanling DaAi housing community in record time to give the disaster survivors a new home on the plains, away from the dangerous mountains. Later in September, Typhoon Katsana battered the Philippines, causing the worst flooding there in 40 years. Philippine Tzu Chi volunteers, who were also victims themselves, jumped straight into action, delivering aid to the affected areas. Haiti's magnitude 7.0 earthquake shocked the world and destroyed hundreds of thousands of buildings in an already brutally poor land. Tzu Chi volunteers' emergency relief efforts not only delivered much-needed aid supplies directly to the locals, but also motivated disaster victims to work with Tzu Chi to help others of their people. Whether it is aid relief, free clinics, or long-term community development, Tzu Chi's international relief mission is a manifestation of a universal love that hears the cries of the suffering.